Happy Friday. Good morning. Good morning. The sun is shining somewhere. The birds are singing somewhere. It's a beautiful Friday. I have court this morning. I'm excited about it. I'm very alert this morning. Not only did I have another encounter with a skunk, I have no idea what's going on, but skunks are freaking everywhere. But I had my little watch later list playing, and a video was really quiet, so I had my earbuds turned all the way up, and then a Nasty Nathaniel video came on. I about pooped myself. Woo, woo, woo! Holy smokes. It's a way to wake up. Thank you, Nasty. It was a very good video. It was a pass. It's amazing what happens when you're just polite and nice. Go figure. I did learn some unnerving information about Mr. Nathaniel, though. He is a cat person. So there goes the burgeoning love affair between us. It can never be, Nasty. Your love will be forever unrequited. I know it hurts. You'll get over it. I'm sure there'll be another Parker Osmond out there for you to get another tattoo of. So a few little things that I was going to speak on, and then an emerging topic in my Discord that I'm going to speak on. Speaking of Nasty Nathaniel, one of the topics I was going to speak on is somebody was comparing my analysis of what happened with Nasty Nathaniel to what happened with Mr. Katz. There are differences, and the problem in this community is that they fail to see the differences. Differences that are seemingly obvious to the rest of the country. Number one is security guards are there to do a job. They're not there to harass people. I know you think they are. I know you think they are, but you got to remember, nobody really likes security guards, but everybody understands they're there for a reason. They're there to protect property, to maybe keep people safe in that property or whatever, but they're doing a job. And that security guard at the consulate was probably thinking he was doing his job. And ultimately, at the end of the day, if you boil down to what he did in one sentence, it was a minor vandalism. He broke a camera. That's bad. That's terrible. Maybe assault, but there was no harm, no damage. It was a simple assault. It was very minor stuff. Now compare that to what happened with Mr. Katz. Mr. Katz's friend committed a robbery. He actually took the light from the security guard. He had no right to do that. And then the security guard attempted to retrieve his property, and Mr. Katz jumped in, swinging for the fences, trying to hit home runs with that security guard's face. There are differences between those two scenarios, which is why Mr. Katz is facing prosecution. And that security guard, who was clearly wrong in what he did, is probably not. Now, I do hope that Mr. Nathaniel has filed a small claims action against that security guard in an attempt to recover his monies. And if he needs to know the right forms to file to garnish that security guard's wages or bank account, or file a property lien or whatever, he knows how to get a hold of me, and I will tell him the forms he needs to fill out. So there was that. There was another question someone had. So I expressed my about them filming the correctional facility because I don't think it's advancing anything or helping anybody or doing anything. Like, well, what ones do you agree with? Well, as far as audits go, I am fine with any audit. I am not in favor of auditing inside courts. That's the only one I've ever been against. Still against it. I don't think there's a place for it. But if you want to do it, that's fine. I just disagree with it. I'm not here to tell you what you can and can't do. I'm just here to tell you what things are considered crimes. So There you go. Yeah, so I'm not against auditing prisons. I just don't think it helps either the visual of it, the publicity aspect of it. I don't think the general public is going to appreciate it. I don't think you're going to really gain anything by it. And if that sign on the prison, the new sign from at least newer than 2013 that says no video recording or broadcasting on Illinois Department of Corrections property is any indication of the success that auditing Department of Corrections facilities in Illinois is having, then I'm going to go ahead and say you're losing and you probably want to stop. Just saying. So what's going on in my Discord right now is there is a lovely debate, or at least there was before I started on my little walk, going on about racism in relation to black people are dealt with heavy-handedly, and they're overrepresented in the correctional system. They are arrested more, they're charged more, convicted more, etc. And they're a very small percentage of the population, and they're a very high percentage of arrestees. Now, I'm not a big fan of race baiting, so I'm not going to. I mocked Mr. Miller when he would like to say that Southside Slacker was being dealt with the way he was because of racism, when it was a Hispanic officer. Twice it was Hispanic officers dealing with a Hispanic man, and Jack is crying racism. Facts are facts, though. Reality is reality. And what we know is that blacks are overrepresented, statistically speaking, by percentage of the population in violent crimes. They are. Congratulations. That is truth. That is fact. You can go to the FBI's crime stats, and there you go. It's black and white. Not making it up. Roughly 13% of the population does like half the murders and like 40% of the armed robberies, it's crazy. It's really crazy. So what you can do is you can come to a variety of conclusions about how they got to that point. It could be racism. It could be the cops just arresting people randomly for crimes and, just racism. Or it could be black people commit more crimes, more violent crimes. There's lots of YouTube channels that deal with these kind of topics, and I don't really plan on becoming one of them. I'm just saying that there are multiple ways that you can interpret that data as far as forming an opinion about the cause. We know the facts, we know what is, but it's pure speculation unless you actually know something I don't know on the cause. And I would just caution everybody before you leap straight to racism that I did look into Freddie Gray. There was a spate of black men getting lots of publicity in the Black Lives Matter days. Boy, that seemed to fizzle out, or maybe I'm just not keeping up with it. One of them was Freddie Gray. Freddie Gray suffered traumatic injury, I think. Did he die? I don't remember anymore. He broke his back or something in a police van. And racism is the only explanation. Well, when you start looking into it, there are some issues with that. The police officers involved, some of them were black. The police chief was black. The prosecutor in the city, the city's prosecutor is black. 7 out of 13 members of the city council were black. The mayor, black. The president at the time was black. You got to start asking yourself, like, why? What's going on? And most of the crime, even in Baltimore, is most of the violent crime, I should say, is perpetuated by blacks, or at least they're arrested for it. Statistically speaking, I can't say that they're convicted of most of them. Most of the violent crimes in Baltimore, if you look at arrests or convictions, are committed by blacks. So this is one of the, I just caution you before you jump to it's racism, that there is evidence out there that doesn't comport with that as a reason. Washington, D.C. Has very high crime rates. Very high crime rates. And when I last checked on it, they had a black mayor. I think they still do. I mean, it's just a lot of black officers. Chicago, high percentage of blacks on the police force. I think Rahm Emanuel is not black, obviously. I haven't really looked at the demographics of like the city council or anything like that. But it's just one of those things where a lot of times the easy answer isn't necessarily the right answer. So yeah, I'm just cautioning you on jump into racism as a knee-jerk reaction. So there are, like I said, other channels if you want to get more content like that. That's not really my bailiwick. I'm not a huge fan of talking about racism. But there you go. Thanks for watching. Here's a little doggy butt. Hey, she's black. Anyway, have a great day.